I'm Naledi and I am a co-writer and producer for this film, Surviving Gaza. On Surviving Gaza, we had a very prepared director. Him and his DOP they knew exactly what they were doing when they were doing it, right? So he delivered at 101%, and we had to now match him as a production because the production was so big. So it was actually very, very great to know that he was not willing to drop scenes. We didn't drop scenes unnecessarily unless, it's about the son. And he always made sure that we actually go back to that scene and shoot it and get it in the can. So that was the most amazing thing about our director on Surviving Gaza. He always made sure that everything is in the can. The development process of Surviving Gaza was very long because the story's been written already about a year ago, and now when we got into the relationship with the EP and the broadcaster, the whole process started over from scratch. So you now had to lose everything we had and start over and look at it in a fresh perspective. So it took about a good 3 months to 4 months of just developing this properly before we went into production, because we even had to push production by a month later just so that we know that we've tied every story detail for the film. So it took about a good 3 to 4 months before we went into production, just now with the broadcaster. And before that, the whole process took about a year. So it's a year and 4 months of development. With how the film looks now, it's definitely worth the wait. It looks very, very beautiful on screen. Gaza is a place we've never seen, and I think it's gonna resonate with a lot of people, the old generation and the young generation, because we all have a dream that we want to achieve, and Gaza's about that. It's about surviving, the odds and getting to a point where you get to live the dream. So that's I think this is a movie worth waiting for, worth watching, and I think a lot of people are going to resonate and connect with it, even on a personal, on an entertainment level as well. My biggest highlight on set, oh my word, I have two. I think it's Papi's story was one of my biggest highlights. I think that day when we shot, we had a lot of big actors on set that day, and it was I can't even say it, but the production value there was like really also huge, and we were working against time, so to know that we only had a little bit or a limited amount of time to burn a shack, to burn a whole house, was like, oh my god. The planning, the running around, I think that was my biggest highlight. Another one was day one. Day one was also a big day. We also had a huge actor on set, and the production value there as well was very, very, very tough. So it was huge to have a huge, big bonanza, extravaganza competition happening was the biggest highlight for me. I think those are the things that I think when we speak to highlights, for me, it's always about production value. What makes the film the film? So that was the biggest two highlights for me on set.
eVOD. Download now from Google Play or the App Store.